This is an absolutely beautiful, creamy pumpkin soup. It's got the flavours that all work together. It's a little bit spicy, but not overly spicy. So we're going to start with our butternut pumpkin, and we're going to remove the skin and cut the flesh into big cubes like this. Then we're going to take all the spices except for the Chinese 5-spice and the turmeric, and we're going to blend them together like this. We're going to add our oil, and we're going to mix that all together. Just give these a really good mix. Make sure all those ingredients infuse in that oil, because we're going to use this. We're going to rub this into the pumpkin before we roast it. So we're simply going to drizzle this over the top of our pumpkin, and then I'm just going to use my fingers. I'm going to rub those into the flesh of the pumpkin like this. And make sure you get it as much through the pumpkin as you can. Try and coat each one if possible. And now we're going to pop them into a preheated oven, 180 degrees, for about 30 minutes until they look like this. And we're just going to use a knife and make sure that they are all cooked through. So the knife should just slide in like that. That's when you know they're cooked. So now we're going to put these into a large pan, and we're going to add half a cup of chicken stock. I'm just going to give that a stir around, and then we're going to add 1 cup of cream to the pan. So now I'm just going to give that a gentle stir through with a spoon, just to get all those flavours going through there. And then we're going to use a stick mixer, and we're simply going to pulse all of those pumpkin down like this into a puree. So if you don't have a stick mixer, of course you can use a potato masher, but of course this does take a lot quicker. And then once we've got that all nice and creamy, we're going to add 1.5 cups of milk. So just going to put the milk in there like this, and then we're simply going to just give that a little stir through like this, just to combine it all together. It smells absolutely amazing. All those herbs and spices, I can smell them. It's beautiful. Just going to give it a good stir through. You can see the texture of it already is a nice thick creamy texture. So at this point we're going to add our turmeric to the pan. So the turmeric really brings out the beautiful colour of this dish. It makes it really beautiful, golden. And also adds to the flavour. So once we've stirred all that through, now if you use a spoon like I have, it's actually got little slotted holes through it. That helps to combine everything when you put it in. Now we've added just a couple of grinds of salt and pepper. We're going to mix that through, and then we're going to put in our Chinese 5-spice. Now this is a key ingredient in this dish. It's what gives it that beautiful little spicy flavour to it. It is definitely not overpowering. It just brings this dish alive. So now we're going to get our egg noodles. I call these bird's nests because that's where they come. And I'm going to just break 2 of those up and put them into the soup and give it a good stir around like this. Then I'm going to add our frozen peas. Now these are optional, obviously. If you don't like peas, don't bother. I just put them in there because it just helps the soup become a little bit more of a meal. And it looks nice. Now those noodles will cook off in that pan very quickly, and they also are a little bit of a thickener. So at this point we're going to add the rest of our milk. Now I like it quite thick, but I think it's important that you add the milk that you want to get the desired thickness of the soup that you like. Some people like quite a thin soup, others like a quite thick soup when it comes to pumpkin. So just add enough milk to get the desired thickness that you want yourself personally. I like it quite thick and chunky like this. And that's it. Once those noodles are cooked through, we're just going to plate it up. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Tastes delicious and is absolutely amazing for any time of year. I'm just going to put some finely grated Parmesan and a dollop of sour cream on top. I hope you try it.